Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we're sharing the wild adventures of Angelo, guaranteed to keep you hooked, but Angelo let the sheep and families go to avoid starvation. By Angelo's return, the doctor felt unwell. Yet he smiled and chatted with Angelo, the rich kid whose mom bought him a military rank for Dad's revolution. Gradually, the doctor became fuzzy-headed and started shaking all over while Angelo tried the old remedies he had learned from the doctor. Ultimately, it failed to save him. Driven by ideals, Angelo trekked south, aiding wandering villagers he met. In the woods, Angelo stumbled upon a schoolteacher and two kids trying to evade militia hunters. The teacher needed to deliver the kids to their dad in Manusk's outskirts, and Angelo lent her his horse without hesitation. In the dim night, she snuck through the village with the teacher and kids, finally reaching Manusk. But they were soon spotted by the militia, who'd already spread chaos in the area. They were taken to a quarantine house for 3 to 4 day checkup. The teacher felt really sorry about this. If it weren't for her and the kids, Angelo would have been long gone. He didn't care and ordered some takeout, 2 roasted chickens and a bottle of wine, but an old man strongly opposed him. The reason? The quarantine house had rules against bringing in poultry. It could ramp up the infection risk. Yet, Angelo ignored the old man's advice, and during their argument, a woman collapsed, shaking. Clearly she had contracted cholera. No one dared come close, except for brave Angelo. He dragged her outside as the situation grew dire, and surprisingly, the old man who had just argued with him pitched in. Angelo even asked for a bottle of hard liquor, and in the bright sun, he wiped down the woman like it was a sport day while everyone else was in pure shock. Meanwhile, the teacher read the Bible to the kids, hoping God would save the young maid, but sadly, divine intervention wasn't. Angelo couldn't bend fate either. He couldn't bring her back from the grips of death. On the way back to quarantine, Angelo, along with the teacher and kids, escaped through a hole in the wall. The next morning, the teacher finally reached the kids' home, and to thank Angelo, she gifted him a bottle of wine. She hoped that the beautiful Princess Olmeda would work her magic and save everyone. Upon arriving in the city centre, Angelo couldn't wait to wash up in a fountain. However, he was mistakenly identified as a drug dealer by the townspeople and was promptly encircled by an angry crowd. Without rhyme or reason, he became the enemy number 1, getting dragged into the police chief's office. But the current chief was too preoccupied to care. He just wanted to run away. He was hurriedly packing to escape, terrified of cholera running rampant. Here, Angelo also had a buddy, a cobbler up to some shoe-shining mischief. But the Austrian spies had beaten him to it, leaving Angelo with no choice but to run. Luckily, a few spies attracted the attention of the crowd, allowing Angelo to slip into a house. Though he still got hurt. Inside the house, there was a dead lady and a relaxed little cat nearby. The crowd freaked out upon seeing the body, and on the roof, Angelo was dashing back and forth with the tiny kitten in tow. On the roof, Angelo treated his wounds, while the Austrian spies were busy avoiding a mob of villagers. One of them was cornered by the villagers, facing a crowd too fierce to handle. At night, rain poured down. Hungry and cold, Angelo snuck down through a skylight. He searched for shelter on the roof, discovering the little cat had followed him snugly. As he entered, the kitten came along, and Angelo trailed behind it like a loyal sidekick. Soaking wet, he saw fleeing residents as the candle-toting bowling girl sauntered out. Holding back the madness, he ended up looking at the stunning figure in a white dress. Her delicate face shone bright, reflecting Angelo's pure revolutionary. Angelo looked like a criminal, and Paulina wondered why he hadn't left yet. Instead, she invited him in and even prepared some food for him. Turns out Paulina wasn't the owner. This was her aunt's house. Due to the cholera spread, her family had fled the town in a hurry. Paulina made bread and tea, and perhaps due to her noble upbringing, Angelo kept apologizing non-stop. After a bit of chat, Angelo suddenly realized he should make a move. However, Paulina ran after him, calling him back. She happily brought out some plum wine, full of joy, to treat Angelo well. When she got to the table, she found Angelo had already fallen asleep. Paulina watched the panicked residents outside, feeling a bit anxious herself. The next morning, after a long snooze, Angelo woke up to the sound of hooves outside. When he got to Paulina's room, he found only an empty white dress left behind. Then it hit him, cholera was sweeping through town, and the government troops were on the move. Angelo's journey just got tougher. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to follow Angelo's footsteps and witness more amazing stories.